In 1867, the United States made a deal that many Americans believed was a complete disaster. The U.S. government paid Russia $7.2 million for a frozen and remote territory called Alaska. At the time, many newspapers mocked the purchase. People called it Seward's Folly and Seward's Icebox. Critics argued that America had wasted millions of dollars on nothing but snow, ice, and wilderness. But today, Alaska is one of the most valuable and strategically important regions in the world. It contains enormous oil reserves, rich fisheries, vast natural resources, and a military position that gives the United States tremendous influence in the Arctic. So why did Russia sell Alaska? And why did America buy a territory that most people considered worthless? The answer involves war, money, politics, and one of the greatest land deals in history.
Long before Alaska became part of the United States, it belonged to the Russian Empire. Russian explorers first arrived in Alaska during the 18th century. At that time, the territory was rich in fur-bearing animals, especially sea otters. The fur trade became extremely profitable, and Russia established settlements across the region. For many years, Alaska generated income for the Russian Empire. However, there was one major problem. Alaska was located thousands of miles away from Russia. Managing the territory was difficult, expensive, and slow. As the years passed, the fur trade began to decline. The colony became less profitable, and Russia started questioning whether Alaska was worth keeping.
Everything changed after the Crimean War. Between 1853 and 1856, Russia fought against Britain, France, and their allies. The war exposed serious weaknesses within the Russian Empire. Russia realized that if another major conflict occurred, defending Alaska would be nearly impossible. There was another concern. British-controlled Canada bordered Alaska. If war broke out between Russia and Britain, British forces could easily seize the territory. Russian leaders feared losing Alaska without receiving anything in return. Selling the territory suddenly seemed like a smarter option.
At the same time, the United States was expanding westward. American leaders believed the nation should continue growing across North America. One of the strongest supporters of expansion was Secretary of State William Henry Seward. Seward believed the United States would eventually become a major global power. He saw Alaska as an opportunity. The territory could strengthen America's position in the Pacific Ocean and increase its influence in Asia. While many people laughed at the idea, Seward believed Alaska would become important in the future. In early 1867, negotiations between Russia and the United States accelerated. Russia was ready to sell. America was interested in buying. After several discussions, both sides agreed on a price. The United States would purchase Alaska for $7.2 million. The treaty was signed on March 30th, 1867. At roughly 2 cents per acre, it was one of the cheapest land purchases in history. Yet many Americans remained unconvinced. Newspapers ridiculed the agreement. Some politicians described it as a waste of public money. Few people could imagine that Alaska would someday become one of America's greatest assets. For several years, Alaska appeared to justify the criticism. The territory remained sparsely populated. Economic activity was limited. Many Americans still believed the purchase had been a mistake. Then, something happened that changed everything. Gold was discovered. Suddenly, thousands of prospectors rushed north in search of fortune. The famous Klondike Gold Rush brought global attention to the region. What had once been considered useless now looked incredible. incredibly valuable. But gold was only the beginning. Over time, geologists discovered even greater resources beneath Alaska's land. Large deposits of copper, coal, natural gas, and oil were found. The discovery of oil transformed Alaska's future. The Prudhoe Bay oil field became one of the largest oil discoveries in North American history. Billions of dollars flowed into the economy. The territory that critics once mocked became an economic powerhouse.
Alaska's value was not limited to natural resources. Its location made it strategically important. The territory sits between North America and Asia. During the Cold War, Alaska became a crucial military position for the United States. American military bases were established throughout the region. Because Alaska is so close to Russia, it became a key part of America's defense strategy. Even today, Alaska remains one of the most strategically significant locations in the world. As climate change opens new Arctic shipping routes, Alaska's importance continues to grow. The Arctic contains enormous reserves of energy and natural resources. Countries around the world are competing for influence in the region. Because of Alaska, the United States has a powerful presence in the Arctic. Many experts believe Alaska will become even more important in the coming decades. What once seemed like a frozen wilderness is now viewed as a geopolitical treasure.
Looking back, it is easy to understand why many Americans doubted the purchase. In 1867, few people could predict the future. They saw snow, mountains, and isolation. They did not see oil fields, military bases, strategic shipping routes, or immense natural wealth. For only $7.2 million, the United States acquired a territory that would shape its future for generations. What was once called Seward's Folly became one of the smartest investments in American history. And that is why the purchase of Alaska remains one of the greatest land deals the world has ever seen. The purchase of Alaska changed the course of American history forever. What once seemed like a frozen wasteland became a land of opportunity, resources, and strategic power. More than 150 years later, Alaska remains one of the most valuable territories the United States has ever acquired. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to subscribe to the Histora for more fascinating documentaries about history, geography, and the events that shaped our world. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next story.